This video is going to show you how to set up a system using designations that will alert teachers that a student has received 3 or more referrals within a week. The first thing that we need to do is set up the designation. So I'm going to go to Admin, Designations, and I'm going to type the name of this new designation. So I'm going to call it 3 referrals in this week and click Add Designation. I can now set a color marker, and you'll see where this is going to show up later. So let's select yellow as our color marker and click Save. Great, so we've set up the designation. Now we need to set up the list that assigns us a designation. So I'm going to go to Admin, Consequences and Lists, click on New List, and I'm going to type the same title. Since we're talking about weeks, I'm going to select term from the drop-down and make the term type weeks and click Create List. I'm then going to type in the configuration notes, so great. So this list is going to populate with students who receive 3 or more referrals in a week and assigns a designation every hour. I'm going to click Save Changes. Now I'm going to go to the List Steps tab. So again, I want to add any student who receives 3 or more referrals. So I'm going to add students by incident status and by number of incidents. And I want 3 or more. So I'll go and click Add Step. And I'll select all incident statuses. If some of your referrals are used, for example, for school counseling or nursing, you don't want to set it up this way. If you have a question about that, reach out to Dean's List Support. Great, so now this list is any student who receives 3 or more referrals. Let's double check. So I'm going to go back here and click on the 3 referrals in a week list. I can see that this student has received 3 referrals this week. Great, so we have set it up correctly. I'm going to go back to that same list. And now we're going to set up the workflow by clicking on the Workflows tab that assigns that student to the 3 referrals in a week designation. So I'm going to click Add New Workflow. I'm going to select the Reset Roster / Designation to List workflow. And I want to assign it to this 3 referrals in a week designation. I'll go and click Create Workflow. So now the workflow is set up, but it's not scheduled. So nothing's going to happen until we schedule it unless we manually run the workflow right here. We can also manually run the workflow from the list. If I go to Reports and Data, 3 referrals in a week, and I click on this arrow up here, this pencil, I can click Run Workflow, and then it'll give me the option to select which workflow. But let's say that we want to automatically do this. We don't want to have to run this manually every hour. That would be exhausting. So I'm going to go to Schedule Cron Job. And now I just want to double check, is it a list workflow? Yes. Is it the correct workflow? Correct. Sessions is almost always 1. And I want this to happen every Monday through Friday, and I want it to be every hour. So if I scroll down, I can see this 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., which means it'll run at that minute between every hour between 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. So let's say we want to run on the 5th minute of every hour. I'll go and click Schedule Job. The reason why we're scheduling this so frequently is we want this data to be as updated as possible. So within the hour, that designation will be updated. So just for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to manually run this. So I'm going to go to 3 referrals in a week, and I'm going to click on Run Workflow. I want to run this workflow and click Run. Yes, this cannot be done. I understand. Running workflow. So now this student has been added to that designation. So if I am a teacher and I'm going to log a referral for that exact same student, I select the Alita, the same student, I'll see that this 3 referrals in a week pops up. So that is the alert to me saying, oh, this student has already received 3 referrals this week. Maybe I need to adjust my practice based on that information. I can also see this exact same thing if I go to, let's see, what grade level is she in? Because I will be able to see, okay, so she's in the Boston College homeroom. So if I go to Record Student Data and I click on Boston College, you can see that yellow dot that we had selected right here. So now I can see, oh, the yellow dot means 3 referrals this week. Maybe I need to take that into consideration. I can also see that on her page right here, this yellow dot and the 3 referrals this week.